Yark.
Hey, happy Wednesday, guys.
Wild out Wednesday.
Welcome back to another Let Loose Dog Talk. I'm Dennis with Vergara Bulls. We got two special guests today. So Jose or Pasu, whoever wants to go first, and after that, Ernest and Gabriel, introduce yourself.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Puso up here from New York, Nuyorican Bulldgges Kennel. Very humble and glad to be here with you guys today. Pretty cool setup you guys got going on, man.
Welcome. Well, I'm gonna go now. This is Jose from
that's you.
Jose from Nuyorican Bulldgges over here. Along with my partner and nephew, Pusu. I want him to be involved in all this, so that way, because I'm starting to transition. I want him to be the face, the voice of the Nuyorican Bulldgges. He's been in it since he was a kid, and I appreciate everything he has done. And without his support and the support of my family and all that stuff, I wouldn't been able to do this, because of my military background. But I appreciate everything he has done. So that's all I got to say right now.
Well, before we get started, man, the guys, what you guys got going on between the family and having with each other, I support that unity. I love it. It's real nice.
Definitely.
But I'm Ernest, aka Linnell, whatever you want to call me. Just don't call me late for dinner. But I run Great Hawk Kennels, founder of Great Hawk Kennels African Bulldogs. We got some stuff jumping off, and it's just over here doing the same thing we do every Wednesday. Let's do this.
That's what's going on. Welcome, guys. We appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us for a little bit. But my name is Gabriel of GAM American Bulldogs. Thanks for everybody tuning in.
Hey, Megan, you did you see what
up, man?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. I mean, not so much kicking me out. I've taught him well, and I know that he could do this without me. I just want him. Like I said, I want to leave my legacy, and Nuyorican Bulldgges in good hands. And I know no other person that could take on this challenge and continue what I do. I'm still gonna be here though.
That's right. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Right. You here, but you ain't all the way in it.
Don't get it twisted.
Thanks. How's it going, brother?
Hi, everyone.
What's going on? Hey, how's it going, guys?
So,
happy
Jose, Pusu, just tell us a little bit about your background. We're American Bulldog breeders. So the guys that are watching this might not know who you guys are or what kind of bulldogs you guys breed. So if you guys want to give us a little bit of the background and stuff.
Wait, pump your brakes. We ain't all just American Bulldog breeders.
Yeah, we got to go.
Don't disrespect my oldies. Don't disrespect my Borables, and don't disrespect that African Bulldog, my boy.
That's right. Clock it. It only took 7 minutes for that.
Respect on it, boy.
That might be a record for the podcast.
Yeah.
What's up, Robert? So yeah,
somebody asked, "What's the best kibble?"
For those that don't know, I mean, Nuyorican Bulldgges Kennel was established back in 2010. I was stationed in Germany, where I produced my first litter in Germany over there. I had a Old English Bulldoggie. Actually, I had a English Bulldoggie at the time that because that's what I wanted. But then they introduced me into the Old English Bulldoggie back over there, and they took me to a place, Hohenstein's Bulldoggies over there in what is it, Hohenstein, Germany.
Yeah, Hohenstein.
And she owned at the time Bullforce Gomez, which was a chocolate try that was very very famous at the time. It had a lot of gargle blood behind it and everything like that, and I was introduced to it, and I was like, holy crap, I saw that dog, big head, massive, bigger version of an English bulldog, and I was like, wow, that's what I want, So I went over there, purchased a dog from her. She had did a outcross with an American bulldog to Gomez, and that's where I got my boy Kino. Kino was, big, big head, long back, freaking American bulldog type, a bulldog, and I had my English bulldog at the time, and I produced my litter, and we got our foundation bitch out of that litter. Dam, for I don't want to be, but that's the proper, way of saying it. Like, terms like people talk about bitches and stud and sires and dam and everything like that. When I hear people talking that way, I respect them a lot more because we know that, they know the proper verbiage when it comes to, the breeding and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So if people please don't get offended if I say bitch or stuff like that. It's just talking about, the correct
dog. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
disclaimer. You gotta hit him with a disclaimer.
Exactly. So I did my breeding and got my broad bitch at the time, and she was our foundation, our pretty much what we started line breeding off of. Like this was where we started, and we went from there. And here we are. 15 plus years later, and Pusu could tell you some of the stuff that we've been doing as well too. So
go ahead,
Yeah,
Pusu.
so actually off that first litter he made, he created MBK Canela, and he actually placed it with my dad, which is his brother. That's when I fucking fell in love with the breed,
Nice.
because she was such a bully broad girl. And I didn't really know what that was at the time, like what an oldie actually was. But that dog was what made me fall in love with the breed. After that, we actually imported her into the States back in like 11 or 12.
mm-hmm.
One of the very first many Bull Force blood that arrived over here at the States.
Okay. Was the importation, because I know importing dogs now it's expensive, but back in the days was it reasonable?
Well,
yeah, because they got lucky. They got lucky. They went through the military, so they were still in the military.
Oh, that's what's
Yeah.
up.
Oh, it's kind of like the barber beard. Yeah, all right.
Hey,
I see.
I can't complain about the military, man. The military has been good to me. So
thank you for your service.
We appreciate you for that.
Definitely.
Thank you.
I ain't. But let me ask you. So, where Bull Force was that like your introduction into coming into the oldie?
Yes, it was, because I was stationed in Germany, and so at the time, a lot of people say import and all that stuff when really, the dogs came from, the United States, because Mikel Cantu, from Bull Force, he bought all those Gargo bulldogs, right? He had, I don't know, I think a couple of dogs that he got, Brahmi and freaking all the other stuff that, way back, goes in there. He had Hugo, he had freaking Omen, all these other dogs that was over there.
Black Omen.
Black Omen. And he came out with Bull Force Tyrant and Calendar and all the other stuff, and then Gomez, and all. So he was doing his thing, and I was introduced over there, and then that's when I started doing my, my studies. And when it comes to pedigree, that's one of the things that I've always done. I know a lot of people is like, hey, breed the dog in front of you and everything like that. And yes, I believe in that as well too, because in order for you to, but they go hand in hand, right? In order for you to like something, right, you have to see it in person, and then you go look inside. Like when you buy a car, right? Let's say you want to go in there, and then you like the, the outside. You're like, okay, now I want to see what's inside the motor, right? I want to see, how many horsepower, how many this, how did it came to end up with that vehicle that you liked and all that other stuff. So I study pedigree, and I go way back, and I know a lot of dogs, and a lot of people's bloodlines and everything like that. So that's why if you go to my pages, you're gonna see, and I always, that's one of our, main, reasons we like, you know, to do that. So we like line breeding and all this stuff, and a lot of people different, you know, controversy and other stuff, and we don't pay no mind. We just do what we know that has worked for us, and
Exactly. Yeah.
you know, so
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
I agree with you. Like I truly believe that they both go hand in hand, because without the dog, like without what's behind the dog, you won't have what's in front of you, and also
Exactly.
what's in front of you reproduces what's behind it. So I think they both go hand in hand. I think everybody should be more aware of more than just the dog in front of them. You need to know that pedigree as well, because you want to know what's going on to your inside of your own dog when you're mixing and matching things and stuff like that. What genetics do you have that can play a part to tighten up things, or if this is going to be 100% outcross? Like all those things that I just think they're really, really important. A lot don't. Like people just always say, breed the dog in front of you. Well, can't breed the dog in front of me without what's knowing behind it.
Without knowing that. I mean, you do that.
How did they create it? You know how?
Right.
How did they get there? You know.
Yeah, where's it gonna take you, right? Because if you don't see
exactly,
you're like, what? These don't look like none of the dogs.
Yeah. Like what happened?
Yeah,
like this don't look like nothing.
And that way, you know what risk was taken, you know, prior for you to take the risk, because everything, you know, is about risk taking as well too when it comes to breeding, right? You're not gonna get, you know, sometimes the outcome is not what you expected. So, but if you go back and you be like, okay, what risk was taken before they got to this dog, so that way I don't, you know, make the same mistake that was done at the time. Now I know how to pair and what to use and how to come, because you know, tools is a good thing, but having the tools and not knowing how to use them is bad.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, and I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree, but I'm pretty sure Dennis is going to ask the same question. I'm probably thinking right now, since you're talking about tools, what about the post you made? Let's talk about that.
So, different types of bulldogs, right?
Dennis, you got a picture of that?
Yeah, let me see if I can pull it up right now.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know the difference between a dog that's just a tool and one that's really meant for your overall breeding program. But you know, you want to, just while Dennis is doing all that, you want to emphasize on what you meant in that post and which dog is which?
Yep. So for me, tools, right? Tools are just that, right? I leave it at home, so whenever I'm gonna fix something and everything like that. Well, not fix. I'm gonna add to, because tools are not for fixing, right? They're to add to whatever you have on top, right? So in order for you to use a tool, this is just my opinion, right? You have to have an established bloodline, right? A bloodline that you have 5 or more generations, right, behind your stuff, because you're gonna bring in something. There it is. Yep. So these two are actually litter mates, right?
Litter
This
mates,
is, at your left, right? That's Nuyorican Bulldgges Koku, and then on the one on your right is Nuyorican Bulldgges Samson, right? Both litter mates, same mom, same dad. Their sire is Nuyorican Bulldgges Machete. Their mom is Nuyorican Bulldgges Mila, right? But if you see these two dogs, right? One very athletic, very American Bulldog, you know, kind of tight, cleaner, tighter skin, all this other stuff, right? Some people not like him, you know, the one at the side, right? But the one on the right, they will like more, right? Because it looks more like an English Bulldog, right?
Yeah.
And it has, you know, the loose skin, it has the wrinkles, and it has the bones and all this other stuff, right? But both have different purposes, right? I kept them from the same litter for that same reason, right? Because like in everything you do, it has to be a balance, right? You have to balance out whatever it is you're trying to do, because if you go extreme to extreme, right, guess what you're gonna get? Extreme murder, right?
Yeah.
And it might not be the best outcome, because you're doubling up on that extreme, right? So you have to balance it out. So now I got an extreme female, right? Let's say, which I did a breeding with.
We just did,
Yep. And I took that female and bred it to him because I knew, right? Well, prior, my trial and errors and everything like that, I knew what worked for me. So I already knew I did that breeding, and I had that chocolate tri female that came out and that blue tri female that came out of that litter, right? And if you look at the females, they like a mix of both of these two dogs in there, right? And that's what a lot of people are so caught up in, in the standards and the sizes and all this other stuff, and they forget about breed type, right? And I think that's a very important piece of our bully breed, right? Is a composite breed, right? And I'm glad that we have all these options to us, right? Like we could actually go in there and build, and a lot of people are going to have a lot of controversy because, oh yeah, my vision, my this, my that, blah, blah, blah. As long as you do what you're supposed to do, right, and you are a good steward of what you're doing, right? Because if I do an F1 breeding, right, and I'm gonna keep, first of all, I'm gonna keep majority of the litter until they like of age to where I could either, give them away or place them or anything like that, or sell them to a nice pet home, and whatever it doesn't make the cut, that's what I'm gonna leave out, and I'm gonna keep the best out of it, right? That's just me, what I do when it comes to F1 breedings, right? I'm not gonna place a dog, or give someone a dog and sell them, like freaking here's a $2,500 dog, and then that person is gonna be like, okay, now I invested $2,500 in this dog, so now I'm gonna freaking make my money back out of it, because that's what a lot of people, they see this as a quick, freaking come up and everything like that, which is not, man. If you in this for a quick come up, you up for a rude awakening, man. This
is not about the dollar.
Expensive hobby.
Yeah, it's not about the dollar, it's about the dog.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I just want, to clarify and so that way people understand, hey, just because they different types, right, doesn't mean it's not a bulldog, and they both serve different purposes, right, for different programs and whatever it is, right? So if we just all come together and start, talking and, helping each other out, and the breed will be better than what it is right now at the moment. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. Jose, do you feel? Go ahead, Ernest. My bad.
I agree with, like, we could all come together and, like, but the thing is, like I always say this in the same way that Drake said, we all are in the same building, but we have different views. So it's going to be hard to, like, put us all together to breed one type of dog, because some people look at it and they want more of American type, some want more English type, but, like, instead of breeding towards more of the standard type. So, and with so many different categories of looks of dogs, I think that's definitely going to be hard to, like, when we all come together and, like, make one dog.
Come together like the Beatles.
Come together like the Beatles.
So
wasn't that a Michael Jackson song?
So when it comes to that what you just said, right? If people will understand, right, and do the same thing, because I have Samson, right? And a lot of people's like, oh, why you didn't show that dog and everything like that, and da-da-da-da. I'm like, first of all, I wouldn't show him, because to me, he's not to the standard. He's way far from the standards, right?
You got a photo of Samson?
Yeah, Samson is the one on the right.
The overdone one.
Okay.
The overdone one.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I wouldn't show that dog, right? A lot of people will put him in the ring and be like, oh yeah, this and that, but I wouldn't show that dog, because I don't want to mislead or tell people that, hey, this is what the standards look like. No, you see what I'm saying? Like, that dog for me is a breeding tool. That's it. Well put together dog. He's nice. I'm telling you, he's really nice. He has nice triangulation, good rear, nice top line.
Yeah.
Really nice looking dog. He was at the Beast, and a lot of people saw him over there.
Yeah.
He's just, to me, he's overdone. He's not what the standards are looking, or what they're supposed to be.
I'm looking at him, and I'm pretty sure Dennis knows my brain is turning right now.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking at him. I might have a. I've been thinking about doing one thing with one of my oldies, but he might come in handy. He definitely might come. I might skip the breeding that I wanted to do to use that extreme boy real quick.
Hey,
So
I'm all game. Like, you know, I'm here
He's got
for.
the bones. He's, you know,
Yeah.
he's nice.
But I know Dennis was trying to ask me a question or ask us.
yeah, no. So my question to you, Jose, do you feel it? So let's say, do you feel the oldie should have two different type of standards? Just like the American Bulldog has the standard, you know, for the Scott, you know, type.
Yep.
There's a standard for that, and then there's a Bully Classic standard for the American Bulldog. Or
I feel that way. Yes, to be honest, because. But then again, you know, there's a lot of controversy out there when it comes to old timers, right? I've been in the you know the oldies for a long time, and you know I've been there with you know David Chapelier, Carrie Kay, Keisha Curry, you know all these old timers that had been there. You know, Jamie Sweet was one of my first, you know, freaking idols, to be honest. Everywhere I go, I make it awkward to her. I let her know, hey, you're my idol. You're the freaking the god when it comes to
the goat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dirty. That boy Dirty was like,
yeah.
I think
He was special.
Oldie. He was.
I actually bred to Dirty, and
it
I was
took-
one of the
no
first
way, bro.
Yeah.
that was way back. But that another story. Something happened, and it didn't take. My boy got to her before I could even do the insemination and the surgical insemination and everything like that. It was bad. But I was one of the first ones that you know to use Dirty, and I wanted to do it. But you know, like what I was saying, a lot of these old timers and everything like that, you know, they're very strict when it comes, you know, to because they take pride, you know, and it's true, you know, a lot of people come in and they want to throw their own version and all the other stuff and blah, 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 and then they want to call it oldie. In that case, then, you know, we have to go back and think about the evolution, right, of how the Bulldog, right? Same thing with the Army, right? Old school, back in the days, we could do a lot of things that we can't do nowadays, right? When it comes to, you know, teaching soldiers and training them and all that other stuff. So, this is something that is kind of, you know, how you call it, sensitive when it comes to the old timers, and I don't blame them. You know, they've been there for a while and everything like that. I've seen people come and go. I've seen people come into the program and to the oldie world, pounding their chests and blah 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 blah, roaring like lions and leaving like little lambs because this is something that you have to, you know, you have to know what you're doing. You have to do right by it as well too, because any shortcut you take later on down the road is going to show, right? And we need to show these people. But I do think that there should be different, you know, actually, like American bullies, right? The American bully has the XL, the pocket, the standard, and the classic, right? 4 classes, right? I don't want more than, you know, 2 classes, right? Because you got 2 types of dogs, like I just posted in the picture, right? One dog is more extreme, and the other one, you know. But to me, there should just be one standard, right?
Yeah.
If you have an oldie like Samsung or anything like that, or like, you know, some other dogs, I don't like naming people's dogs or anything like that, but you got overdone extreme dogs. Those are the dogs that you take out to a show like the Beast, right? You take because that's what you want.
That's what
you
it
want
is.
to, you want to exhibit that. You want people to see,
platform
hey,
to exhibit your.
And I've seen people do that where they take dogs that they're not going to show them to a show, right? But they take them just to kind of like that, like, oh yeah, we have this dog, but we're showing.
We recently did that.
Dog. See,
we took. We went to the Allentown show. What was that? Like last year?
Yeah.
We took like 3 different dogs that we didn't show, but they were tools. We were trying to show people, you know. But no way control. We were gonna show those guys.
Yeah, and that, you know, if that's
with that same question.
Do that shit.
Yeah, with that same question, but so what do you think?
I think there should be two standards, but in my opinion, I don't think we're there yet.
Yeah,
Two people are too extreme on one side or too left. I don't think we're not there yet, but it's a possibility that we could be there. So, if people put their egos aside and work together,
That's one thing. Like Megan Moore just said the same thing. She's like, we're not there yet, in my opinion. So how do you guys think we can get there? Like,
again, like Pussy said,
standard. Do we need to have dogs that really clarify like exactly?
You need a fight. You need a fight.
Yeah,
get everybody together.
Don't say that.
Fight. What's up?
Yeah.
No, I think that's probably, like you said, there's a lot of people, old school people, and that's going to be like a touchy subject for them, and they're real true to the, to the standard and what it should be. And I've been doing this for 40 years, right? So some people aren't open to doing that, right? Because that's never how we've done it, or that's too extreme. You guys are ruining it, because I see that in the American Bulldog, right? But now there's more with the classes, and we had Joe Rito was talking about how they were splitting it. He was there when they were splitting that, like it's the same dog, but they're splitting it. And to agree with everybody, I don't think probably the breed is there yet. And you got to get everybody on the same page and kind of build those to where it's kind of there's like a clear line, because right now there's kind of some could go both ways. That's like in every breed, but I think if you get everybody to agree, and not literally in the same room, but to say like, that I do see that where they're both good, but this is my style and this is my style, and they don't have to compete together, right? Maybe best of breed, but they still have hey, you enter them as this extreme or whatever style, right? And I think that's a good at least two I think would draw like a nice line and kind of get everybody to agree. Only because what I've been seeing on the internet from Sunday, Saturday.
Oh yeah,
it was wild.
Wild.
Like, what's
man?
And I don't know, maybe
Warzone out there.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing it in the past, but then everybody was like, every year around this time. And I was like, oh, damn, this is cool right here. I mean, it's a mess and it's unfortunate, but, if you're not involved, then you get to just sit back. And some people make valid points. And I think some people just talk craziness. But to each their own, right? And there's a way of doing it, right? Maybe you don't agree, and it comes back to this. Maybe not that dog was horrible or they shouldn't have won, but like that, if there was two classes, that would have been perfect, right? I feel like that would have been. Hey,
here's something like I was saying with Dennis the other day, like about this, like the whole thing that's in the subject of the whole controversy that's going on right now. Now, I've seen a lot of the posts and things like that. But my thing is, there was just one in particular that made a post, and I'm sorry, I'm not gonna name any names or any of that. But this person, I don't think their dogs fit any standard. It didn't fit nothing. But if you're gonna like talk about the standard, you're gonna talk about this, that, and the third, and this person's dog doesn't fit this, man, at least make sure that your yard is up to par before you come throwing jabs at anybody. Because I almost said something on the post, but hey, for the love of my brotherhood, I slid it all back. Like, yo, you know what? It's not my place. I'm just gonna come on here and do it. But like,
man, it's all the same. Like, if I have let's say if I don't agree to something, let's say with Dennis or whatever it is, I'm gonna contact Dennis straight up. I'm gonna go straight to his source. I'm gonna be like, hey, Dennis, and I'm not gonna post it on social media either. Going back and forth and everything like that. We look bad, man. We
that's the whole argument of nothing.
Yeah,
we should be grown people.
If you join the clown, then you're now part of the whole circus. Like,
where are we? We in high school. We can't communicate like freaking grown ass man.
Nah, you can't in the dog world. You know that.
Yeah, man. So I would just go straight up, and everybody knows that I would call you. I've done it multiple times. I call a person, hey, bro, what's going on? This is what I perception is everything. This is what I'm perceiving. What this freaking post or conversation, we got some beef or what's going on? Like, let's handle it. Let's talk about it. So that way we could come to an agreement, because we're gonna be in the same place doing the same thing. Because I'm not going anywhere. So
me neither.
Let's talk about it. But let's go back and forth.
And don't block me.
Yeah, don't do that.
That's crazy.
You know, get this little scuffle, you're gonna be like blah blah blah.
That to me is the craziest part. Like, you're gonna post about somebody, and then
they're gonna go around and post.
They're
Yeah,
blind.
that's
They
cool,
can't
man.
see it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
like, yo, you don't talk about me. At least let me
Adam,
see it,
tag
bro.
him. Ask him, hey, tag him, right? Like,
Yo,
you're gonna talk about
like,
it. Like,
don't let
don't
me
tell
send one of
me.
my private eyes out there to get
Yeah.
the information to
Oh,
bring it back to me.
yeah, that's
Like,
already.
come on, bro.
I
Just,
mean, we know who
hey,
it
just
is.
let me. Right, we know.
Yeah,
Like,
but do they know, right? That
Like
was my
the
thing.
the other day, I had an issue with an American Bulldog breeder, right? I posted Sophia, beautiful, ripped female, man. When I saw this female, I was like, holy crap, you know, she is an amazing tool to me. That's an amazing tool. I'm not saying that she's what the standard of an American Bulldog, right? When I see a dog like that, I'm just thinking what I can do with that dog. I'm not thinking about standards or anything like that. I'm just thinking about, holy crap, I could add some muscle tone. I could add this. I could add regulation. You know, a lot of things that is going through my head that's going over there. So I posted this female. I was like, man, you know, she showed them that her presence was freaking felt because she let everybody know. She was so confident, like, hey, this is me. I'm here, and I'm here to freaking, you know, like, let everybody know that I'm that bitch, right? So
right.
What's going on? And then some old school American Bulldog breeder, man, back and forth. I'm like, dude, bro, I'm not saying that. I'm not even an American Bulldog breeder, man. I'm not coming for your stuff or anything like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, you just said, like, hey, she looked good, and you were there, so you know what, like, hey,
yeah.
I was there, so I saw everybody turn their head. Or
exactly.
I know what the comments are being said, but I think that's what, you know, what happens. Look at Martin.
I saw her from a mile away.
Yeah.
I saw, freaking your boy took her out of the car, boom, and posted and you know, stacking her right there. And Chris was looking at her, I think it was at the time, and I was like, holy crap, what the hell's that? And I went over there and I was like, man, I want to take a picture. I took a picture of her, and the way she was standing, you know, like everything like that. The picture, I didn't do anything, no Photoshop or anything like that. That's the way she was just standing, because she was, you know, she's very confident female. And I was like, man, and this dude, I'm not gonna sit here and let you say that that's, you know, perfect. I'm like, oh my god, man, you just, you know what?
And that's why that's why we brought her to that show, because she was for that show. We didn't show her in confirmation,
right?
You know, but that
was perfect for what.
Wait, before we go any further on, like, I just want to say, Dennis, Gam, like, including myself, but this is like, yo, I love the confidence that our blood, our lines portray. No matter, like, we can have some freak dogs or we can have some straight up, like, structural dogs. That confidence portrays in all of our dogs. And I think in most dogs, most yards, every yard, your dog needs to come out of that van or that vehicle ready. Like, this is what I said the other day, yo, your dog got to show up ready to perform. Yeah. And that's one thing I really love about our lines. Like, our dogs show up ready to get at it. Like, yo, everybody, like, yo, breathe for that. Breathe for that confidence in a dog.
That's like my boy that I have on my profile picture, Milano,
yeah.
That boy, man, when he shows up to some place, he has to let people know that he's there, like, very confident.
Yeah.
Short, little, stocky, little freaking another tool. Another tool.
And I'm not like, when I'm looking at dogs in the ring.
No, that's his sister.
That's his litter mate. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh shit, she has
the
that.
One I got on my
yeah, she got that like I'm ready.
Yeah, she got a nice rear. He's on my profile, Milano. You saw him at the show.
Remember? Oh, that's right. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, this boy.
But
right
man, like,
what's up with the chat? I can see the kennel page when I'm blocked.
That
boy,
that's
right true. There. Everybody has another page. You just see it. Damn, that was crazy.
He looks like a mini American Bulldog.
Yeah,
he does. Hey, yo, Dennis, him and Wolfino will be solid.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
There you go. We're gonna breed them live on the. We're gonna breed them live.
Yeah, we gonna go live. Go live and show you how to do a breeding right here. We'll do a natural tie.
Yeah,
and we'll
natural
do an
tie.
And this is what it's all about, man. Networking. That's why I go out to shows and everything like that. I'm not there to freaking. Yeah. Hey, I hate when people say that. I'm not in there for the competition. Hell yeah, I'm in this for the competition.
What you here for then?
I'm in here to compete.
Bro,
why the hell you breeding for them?
And that's my thing right there. That's my thing. Like, the whole thing about this dog game, man, is like, I played sports my whole life. And people like, oh, this ain't a competition. This ain't a competition. Then what do you mean? It's not who somebody's winning. So it is. We are here for the competition.
And you ain't got that drive in you, man.
Right. And like my thing is like, bro, like we're not here to say that we're better than like you want to think that you're like you have the best yard. Because if you don't not trying to be the best of your craft, then why are you here?
Yeah.
Let's say that you're not here to compete. Bro, everybody's here to have to be the top name and the top dog. And people like, oh, this ain't a competition. Oh, the fuck? Well, then it ain't a competition. Because if it's not a competition, then what we giving out first place for? What we giving out championship for? Bro, we here to compete. Like, if you ain't here to compete, bro, don't step in the ring with me because I'm trying to get it down, boy. Like, that's it for me, bro.
That's
it,
I'm
man. Glad y'all on this one today.
Yeah.
Hey, I've been sick for like the past week, and it's coming back on my voice right now. But
yeah, the last
hyped up.
The last podcast, he almost fell over. So,
bro, I did. Like,
I was worried.
I'm not. He's not lying, bro. I couldn't even talk. I didn't have the energy to do nothing, bro. And like Dennis,
hey, what's up, Randy Pan?
Like,
man,
what's up, Rand? Rand over there hugging his blanket right now too with the shivers and sick.
If anybody in the threads, got questions or anything like that,
Oh, there was a question that somebody asked earlier, and I want to get on this subject too. Somebody asked, which is a subject of what's y'all's favorite kibble to feed?
Oh, that's right.
Kibble. So what has worked for us, and I've never been disappointed with it and whatnot. It's Sport Mix, the black bag.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the black and green one.
The black.
I think it's like black and like camel. I think.
No, the camel is the stamina one. The premium is the black bag. So it's just a black bag.
They have the baby blue one and they have the all black with the red and white writing on it. Yeah. I used to mess with Sports Mix. I used to. Like I never had an issue with it.
Not just kibbles, you have to give him a little bit of something, for the gut, like probiotics and stuff like that. I mean, not just the kibbles. I only feed my dogs once a day. That's a lot of things that people don't understand. Their metabolism is not the same as. I mean, they come from the ancestors, right? Wolves and everything like that. They will only hunt, freaking during the day, whatever it was, and then nighttime they were freaking, doing their things, sleeping and trying to, recover for the next day. So, like a lot of people understand that, But yeah, gut health. We give them a little bit of yogurt. We pour some de-earth on, their food that helps with, the freaking parasites and worms and whatever it is like that. You got to make sure that you're deworming them, on a monthly basis. And it's taking care of a dog. It's not just the kibbles, because and every once in a while we give them, some raw. We buy some freaking chickens, or I kill a chicken from in there for my, it's not producing any more eggs. Chop, hey, feed it to the dogs.
Your job here has been done.
Yeah.
We've hunted before too in the past, and the scraps of deer too. We freaking grind it out too, and give it to them.
Yeah. So Sports Mix is y'all's go-to. Dennis, you were saying something. Did you say something, Dennis?
No.
All right. So Sports Mix is I used to feed Sports Mix. Like I don't have an issue with it, but it was just like I was having issues with my dogs getting pregnant. I didn't know if it was that or now I'm sitting there thinking about it. I'm sitting there thinking I'm glad. Like I think it was a relocation.
No, to be honest, were you using what was that food called? The teal bag.
Canine X?
No. It was a teal bag. What was it?
No, I didn't use
Victor.
That one. No.
Victor.
Hell no.
I heard that.
You couldn't even pay me to feed my dog.
I heard that from Victor. I was feeding Victor.
No.
I didn't produce 1 litter when I was feeding.
No, my dogs ain't.
No,
I got 1 bag of Victor, and this is like maybe 10 years ago. I ain't touched Victor since. Like, I just don't like the way my dogs like. Come on, man, the poop come out tar black. Like,
Victor,
my dog that
wasn't good at all.
Like,
but with Sport Mix, man.
No. Like, so I fed Sports Mix. That was the thing. Okay. I fed Sports Mix like for a whole time. Yeah. And like none of my dogs are getting pregnant. And I'm really honestly sitting there thinking about it. I've never had an issue with the dog food. Okay. But I really think it was the relocation because I moved from Oklahoma to here. And I think environmental can still play a part in everything. And I just was not getting nothing. So then I just like, but me personally, if I'm gonna feed kibble, I still like sports mix. Just ain't never went back to it because of that situation. Diamond Naturals would be a kibble I use, but my number one kibble, hands down, is always a Nook Ship. But my number one feeding of all things, I live and I die by raw, nothing else. And then, like when you were talking about the probiotic and stuff like that, like the little probiotic powder and stuff like that, if you can get your hands on some green tripe, that'll be the best probiotic.
Yeah, green tripe. Yeah. I used to feed that, man, back in the days. But over here with the it's with the the slaughterhouses and everything like that. They're very like they don't want to sell it because they could get in fines and all that stuff.
Oh,
No, that's why you gotta find a guy that knows a guy.
Exactly. We haven't found that guy that knows a guy. Yeah.
Yeah, you did. He right here, bro.
If you're that guy,
we're gonna talk to that guy that knows a guy.
Yeah.
Hey, so
bro.
If you're that guy that knows a guy,
ask Dennis. Anything raw you need: duck head, duck bill, chicken, liver, spleen, tripe, fat meat. Bro, I got the whole 9 over here, my boy.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, that's all we do is raw. That's
Diamond High
do.
Energy. I like Diamond pet food. The old school stuff used to be better, but Diamond is still is a good food. High energy. Fed my dog's victory.
Green
for the week.
Green tripe.
Green tripe. It is the lining, lining of a cow's stomach. It's all everything when they're eating all the grass and everything else like that. Like that just lays on their stomach and it has a lot of vitamins, amino acids.
Just feed them some menudo.
Yeah,
menudo. Eat that menudo soup, but don't get the bleach. Like you can, don't get that. Don't get the tripe. You get menudo. That's
all the Latin. We eat that stuff. So
that's
good stuff.
Bro, don't let the skin tone fool you. You think I don't like what I tell you. I'm a cholo at heart, boy.
Jose, I'm looking at this dog here, man. Who's this?
That's Machete. That's the father of the two boys that were in that post.
And grandfather to the one you just posted.
Yeah.
And then you can see where he has that, he's like, on a 50-50.
Yeah.
Yo,
that's a good blend.
Yeah, is he still around?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we still have him.
Hey, as soon as we get up off this, boy, we
Ern is about to do a dual sire. He's gonna
I got two
myself. Enriquez Jr. Enriquez says,
hey, me too. Bro, I got 2 litter mate like sisters, bro. I can take
one
and one. And boy, you
man.
Come on, man. You know me. I'll take both. I'll get everything in one shot, bro. That's a double up and inbreed. Like, knock it out.
So do you guys breed for a specific let's say temperament or structure, health? What is it? How you guys break it down?
So structure is our main, focus when it comes to breeding a dog. That's why we start, like I taught Pusu from a kid and everything like that. You build a dog, and I learned this from Miss Queen herself, Jamie Sweet. You build a dog from the rear to the front. So if you don't start with a good foundation, a good structure or anything like that, you will not, at the end, everything is going to fall down. That's like a house. When you build a house, right? If your foundation is not set, guess what? The house is going to cave down on you. So we breed for structure. Temperament is important. That's another one that we strive for and everything like that. Pusu and I, we like the bullier dog, right? I like that freaking extreme, everything like that. That's one thing we have in our program that we have never, we have never lacked when it comes to the spread. So as long as it has spread, nice top line, nice reangulation, freaking tight feet. I don't want a sloppy dog. I want a freaking extreme freak. Exactly. That's what we strive for. A clean freak. That doesn't mean that it's gonna be to the standard, right? But that's the dog we like, you know. That's the dog I want to keep at home, and I'm gonna show out. I'm gonna take him out to the shows, and I'm gonna show him out there, you know, like so if people can see him. This is what I like. Now, every once in a while, we're gonna have those clean, you know, dogs and everything like that we can compete and, you know, champ out and everything like that, because that's the thing, right? So you have this dog that Goku, let's say, right? He's to the standard, whatever he might be or might not be too, because he's a little bit, you know, bigger and as well too. He's, you know, American Bulldog type and whatnot, because, you know, the Old English Bulldog is a medium-sized dog, right? And a lot of people don't understand that, right? It's a medium-sized dog, freaking 18 to 21 inches tall, I'm thinking, right? Something like that. If my mind doesn't play any trick on me. The male side, female 17 to 20 or 19 or something like that. And anywhere from 50 to 60 pounds or 70 pounds, the female, and the males anywhere from 60 to 80 pounds. So everybody's just caught up on freaking, you know, the size and everything like that. To me, what makes a bulldog, and I've always said it, man, that silhouette, that freaking head. When you see that head, you know, American Bulldog with that split in the middle and the cheeky freaking, you know,
apple cheeks,
jaws and everything like that. That's what we strive for, right? And it might not be to the standard again, but that's what we like. That's our type, right? But that doesn't mean I'm going to take that dog and I'm going to show him in the ring and everything like that, because to me, I'm doing it a service, right? I'm telling people that is the standard when it's not, and that's what. That's where all the controversy comes in, you know, and people going back and forth and anything like that, until they make, you know, two types or two classes or anything like that for the breed. Yeah. Then I could be like, okay, now I got, you know, to what the standard looks like. I'm going to put that dog in the ring because that's the standard, right? They rewrite it, say, okay, you could have this or you could have that, you know. Your left and right limit should be right in between both of them as well too, right? You can't go too extreme or too freaking you know, where you lose type and all that other stuff. So it's just, man, we just have to come together and I've been saying it for a while, and people, I don't get into the drama and everything like that, and I see him, I go see them bickering and going back and forth and blah blah blah. They even want to, man, going to sending threats to people and all that other stuff. I was like, what the hell's going on, man? Like, are you serious?
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was reading a comment that's actually on mine. Somebody said if you want to put weight on the dog, you feed him once a day. I mean, if you want to put weight on the dog, you feed him twice a day. And there's like nothing's wrong with fasting and this, that, and the third. I gotta kind of disagree there, because I think I've got a dog back that, you know, she was completely malnutrition and underweight. I fed her once a day. It depends on what you're feeding and what you're doing with the dog. Like, I think if you're going to be feeding twice a day, now you can be overfeeding a dog, because overfeeding a dog, you become obese. Now, if you want to put weight on the dog, yes, you can do that, but the more healthier way of putting on the dog, introduce weight pulling, introduce walks, introduce exercise. That helps you also put weight on the dog, even when you're feeding them once a day.
So when people are feeding dogs, right, twice a day and everything like that, they say that the dog is not, you know, not gaining weight or is fat or whatever it is. Remember, so you have to think about this, right? A lot of these dog food have a lot of filler, right? You feed the dog
a lot of carbs.
A day, it's gonna go right through them, so you're not doing anything. Yeah. The dog is already gonna take whatever he's gonna need, right? In order for it to how you call that? You know, they're gonna take whatever nutrition they need and everything like that. Everything else is what? All you're doing is waste. You're gonna pick up poop. That's all you're gonna be doing.
Yeah, that's all
you're gonna be picking up diarrhea. That's what you're gonna be.
Soft poop and a bunch of it.
Yeah. Because it's gonna have to come out somewhere. So if you feed the dog, you know, on the same time, same routine, because dogs like routine as well too. They like to be fed at the same time. You do the same thing, you know, on a daily basis and everything like that. You're not gonna have. I feed my dogs once a day. Freaking, you can ask anyone that's seen Machete. I brought him up, you know, to a dog show, and he was lean and everything like that. Met the standard and everything like that. 2 years later, right now, this dude is freaking a monster, obese, like fat and everything like that, and I'm still feeding him the same, whatever it is. Sometimes
He was fed 2 years ago.
yeah. Sometimes I have to, take away food from him because he's freaking getting too much weight, and that's bad on the joints as well too. You don't want to have and freaking obese dog as well too is gonna do more harm than good. Like especially when you're having puppies. A lot of people like to see the fat puppies and everything like that. Blah blah blah. Not me. I want my puppies to go through stages. I want to see them, develop the way they're supposed to be. If you have a fat puppy, right, from puppy all the way to like the English Bulldogs, you will never see a lanky stage, right? You're gonna see the puppy at the same time, and then when they top off at 8 months because they develop real fast. Not like the American Bulldog. It takes time, for them to develop and mature and show their, their freaking full potential and everything like that. Probably 2-3 years, for them to actually be whatever you were looking for in that breeding. Now the English Bulldog, when you see that puppy at 8 months, it tops off. You're done. He freaking 80-pound, freaking fat, freaking fart machine that you have in your house or whatever. Yeah, like, bro, that's not me. I like my puppies to go through stages.
And I think overfeeding, giving too much kibble will cause gastro issues.
Yeah.
And that's one thing, like, I try to stay away from kibble because, for one, if you're feeding raw, your dog is going to use 90% of that nutrition. And what it poops out is going to become just straight dehydrated. So I think based on what you're feeding compared to like kibble and raw, your optimal nutrition is going to be the best way to go.
Yeah.
Everybody has their opinion. Everybody feeds. You guys feed your kibble. I feed my raw. And I'll feed kibble here and there. And just like I was telling Dennis today, I was like, yo, I got to get my puppies off this kibble. I can't run with this no more. It's not.
Raw is expensive too. Like when you have.
No, it's not. It's not.
It depends
the same
on
price the same price that I would pay for my dog. Yeah, because the same price that I would put for my dogs.
Exactly.
Like that bag of kibble. Like what one dog would do in a bag of kibble, I can go get that same amount of money and spent into like the same thing for my raw for the feed one dog.
Where do you get that at?
It's my homeboy down south in Altamont Springs.
Yeah, that's the thing though. If you don't have the homeboy down south,
hookup.
You gotta get it from. You gotta get
I
it
even
from the
found it back.
market. You gotta get it from the market, and it costs. It's a little bit more expensive. But depending, that's why I think it's a good mix. And depending where you're at, some people can get it, cheaper, or they have it in bulk, or their person. Like there's some people. You have small butchers or meat markets. They'll hook you up. But some places, like you said, they're strict. So maybe the Stater brothers will be like, hey, we can't do that. We're not gonna sell you that, or not everybody can get it. But it can be.
A few people just commented raw came out cheaper.
Yeah, it can be. I'm not saying it can't, but there's also some instances where some people are, depending on where you live.
Stop hitting up Kroger's and Publix and all those whatever.
Boy, we in the city.
There.
We in the sticks over there. I'm in the city.
I'm in the city too, bro.
Oh, you ain't. You in. What city is that?
Ocala, bro.
I never heard of that. Never heard of that. Chat, if you heard of that, Ocala, put it in the chat. Anybody heard of that? I'll give you $5.
You owe me $5, and I heard of it.
Come on.
And even
we do have a comment here, Jose. Here.
If you breed for structure, you end up with litters you can't sell.
Yeah.
What?
So because So when you're breeding for structure, right? It's I'm not saying yes, but it's a dog that, right? Like a lot of people is not gonna like. Like a lot of people when they see I got a female, her name is KK. She was on the poster of the Beast. Let me get her. I'll be right back. I'm gonna show you.
Okay.
I don't know if I can agree with that.
I see what. Yeah, I see that, and I know where I was talking to Dennis about this. Coming from, and it kind of makes sense. But as far as I don't know about can't sell, but I know
we've run into more problems selling like an F1 than if we did an inbreeding for structure. They went.
Yeah. You see this female right there?
Yeah. And like, and like my structure. my first litter of oldie was F1, and I did it for structural type and temperament. I did all of it for all in one. Those puppies are gone by the time they're 8 weeks old.
Well, it depends. It depends on your clientele. You're right there. Her, KK.
That's a solid dog.
She was a beautiful shoulder set, nice angulation, nice rear, beautiful dog. But she lacked some type. You know, she was a good tool. She lacked her head type and everything like that. A lot of people are gonna look at her and they're probably gonna ask me, is she a pit bull mix or whatever it was, because the shape of her head, the type of head she had was different, right? But then that's not something I'm gonna take and and put in a show as well too, because even though she has structure, I would not show her out there because again, she has all the freaking, she's to the standard, but she's not my type,
Yeah.
So yeah, exactly. Breeding for structure mean you lose some types a lot of time. Yeah, I get
think
it. Yeah.
to the general public, right? Like, let's say, and me and Dennis were kind of talking about this. Like, you breed those two dogs, right, for type, and this is kind of what I feel like could lead back to what they were saying about the shows, right? And you have these two dogs that is like, hey, maybe they shouldn't be, but I'll tell you what, one of those dogs is going to turn heads, and the other one isn't. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Usually, when you're selling to puppy, not even breeders, right? Most of the customers are usually pet homes, right? And when you buy a dog, like let's say you're the person, you buy a dog, you're gonna want to buy like the one, like the badass one that people are like, damn, or the one where like, oh, that's structurally found at 1905. Nobody like the majority of people, like unless you're with dog men all the time, they're like, oh wow, look at that rear angulation. No, they're gonna be like,
look at the movement on that dog.
They don't know about they don't know.
So in that sense, I could see where they can, it could be there's instances where it could be, more difficult, or they won't sell as fast because they're gonna want them big beastie ones that, maybe they'll like, I guess like, it depends, but I can see both.
Yeah. For me, but for us breeder, right? For us breeder, oh yeah. When I lived in Washington, there are reasonable prices. I mean,
I can. Yeah.
But for us breeders, right, when it comes to when I see again, right, when I see a dog, right, I'm just looking at what can I do with that dog?
Yeah.
For me to. The day I say I got the perfect dog is the day I'm not breeding anymore. I'm done because I think I got the perfect dog.
So no more. Yeah, right.
I don't want to do that. That's the freaking the beauty about this, right? This. Exactly. The extreme dog looked more pleasing to the customer. Yeah. And it's correct. That's what I'm saying.
Because they don't want to hear, wait till he matures and he's going to turn into like, that's not what they're buying,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I've had dogs, right? We have a dog, Kraken, is off of Milo and Shahaka, American Bulldog. We did F1 breeding. Man, this dog, and I already know because for me, we already know. This dog looked like a freaking pit bull, a little mini chihuahua when he was a puppy. Like I'm telling you, big old round head and everything like that. And this dog right now, man, you have to see him with the freaking big old cheeks and everything like that. But when people come to see them, right, and they see a puppy, they see a litter, they see the mom and the dad, they're like, holy crap, what the hell's going on? Like, you sure that's that from that litter, whatever it is? Because they don't know that, they want that instant gratification. They want to see that puppy and be like immediately, yeah, this is what I'm going to get, right?
Yeah.
They want that freaking, that wow factor from puppy all the way to freaking the end. They don't understand the way, the blood works and how, like freaking Toy Story. I put him out there. When freaking my thing put him out there and he was he looked like a damn freaking Great Dane.
Labrador,
yeah. When he was a puppy, and I was like, bro, I knew a lot of people were not freaking at that freaking 4 or 5 months old. They were not freaking buy. I heard he was trying to freaking sell him. I think it was like $600, something like that.
Yeah,
to get rid of him. Blah blah blah.
He was trying to send him to Mexico.
Yeah, and nobody wanted him. And freaking look at what Toy Story is right nowadays, man. This dog has a big old melon on him and everything like that, and that's what people don't understand. Like you have to know. And I know sometimes people, when you say trust the process, and they give you like a little smirk, or they throw a little, like a little freaking smart remark or anything like that, hey, I am one of the ones that believe in the process. I've done my trial and error. I've taken my risks. I know what to do, and I know if I do an F1 breeding, right, guess what? I'm gonna be expected to hold that whole litter back because nobody's gonna want them, and I'm fine with it. I wait for them to grow up and everything like that, and then when people see them, they're like, "Holy crap, what the hell is going on?"
Like,
yeah,
why do you think
remember that you came over here, you didn't want? That's the same one. Well, how much you want for him? Well, now he's not for sale.
Yeah.
I don't really agree like doing F1s to do that. Because my very first oldie breeding, which I did, what was it, like 7 years ago?
Yeah.
I mean, they were F1s and they were big, thick, bully, bulldog type dogs. And from the gate, everybody was wanting them. So, and then I ended up losing that litter, and then I did this F1 breeding.
Okay.
And they're nice, thick, squishy faced, and the whole nine.
Yeah,
I just think what you're doing with your F1.
What dog you use.
How you,
it depends on what dog you use, right? So let's say what you use a African Barbell, right?
I'm talking about my oldies right now.
Oh, your oldies. What was
the F1? What about the Chihuahuas?
Yeah. Like, we'll get to those later. So I use Bodybuilder Typhoon.
Yeah.
And I use my American Bulldog that's off our lines that we got.
Okay, there you go. So Bodybuilder Typhoon, right? He's an English Bulldog type dog, right?
Yeah.
They don't none of them look like him.
Yeah, he's an English Bulldog type of dog.
No, I said none of them look like him.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. But he's heavy influence, and that's what I'm saying. It's when
that's when the puppy that you're gonna want
to an English Bulldog, right? That F1 breeding, right? So now when you add an established bloodline, right? Like mine, right? When I do an F1, it's not going to show you at the beginning what it is, right? Because my bloodline is already established. I already have all my traits in there, right? And I know how my blood works, right? When I do an outcross and whatever I do. So I already know that I'm going to lose a lot of freaking type when it comes to that, because I lost size already, right? Because I've been breeding. I got like what? We're like 7-8 generations down the road right now. So when you see my dog, that Milano, like beautiful dog, really nice, but he freaking probably 18 inches tall, freaking 80 pounds, freaking little blocky head bulldog, right? But if I breed him to an American Bulldog, the first F1 breeding that's going to come out of there, they're going to be tall, lanky, freaking everything like that until they mature. And a lot of people don't understand that. That's why I say trust the process. You have to know what you're doing sometimes. And a lot of people want that instant gratification. They want to see, like, they want to see that puppy all the way freaking like squishy face from the beginning and blah, blah, blah. And then it's going to turn out. I've seen dogs like that, right? They turn out real nice, squishy face, everything like that. 8 months old, they topped off. They're beautiful dogs, right? 8 months old. 3 years down the road, I saw the same dog that was beautiful when he was a puppy, a freaking train wreck.
Right?
Yeah.
A train wreck. Easty, westy, freaking tongue sticking out all the way up. Can't breathe, everything like that. Now, my dog, right, when I did it, because I'm breeding for structure and breeding for health and temperament and all these other stuff that I'm trying to put in there, and I already done, my back work. So I already know, like, whatever I outcross and I bring in, I'm gonna get a lot of my stuff in there because it's tight, it's compact, and everything's gonna come back. When I throw that outcross, right, I know that first breeding is gonna be ugly dogs.
Yeah, I definitely I can agree with you. Like, I can agree to these to a point, but I do agree that it does depend on what you're using.
It depends on what
genetics are there.
Yeah.
What genetics are there, what has been proven to come out, and trusting the process. But Dennis, what was this? What did dude say? I'm coming to the show to do what?
Yes, I do notice that puppies
I'm coming to the show to get you. Who is it?
I don't know.
Like nothing. Let's go.
I'm coming to the show to get
Bring
you. Hey, say less. Pull up, bro. Pull it.
Yeah.
Like, who? Hey, that's 5 of us right now. What's up?
Hey, we game.
Yeah,
we rolling deep.
Yeah, the Psych said, the chubbier puppies, right? That's who people want.
Yeah,
right? 'Cause they look
yeah. They like
better
that
in the
big chubby
beginning.
cuteness. Like,
I'm
oh.
not gonna spend whether it be 500, 10,000 with you on a promise of it's gonna be better, right? It's like,
Right.
I don't really know. And then, like Cannon said, there's so many variables with F1s, which we know that to be true, right? Even there's already variables in the breeding depending how you do it. But then with the F1, yeah, there's even even more. And I can
Go
see
back on.
where they could be. On my current one litter actually had a lot similar line, the background. Yeah,
Yeah.
see, so depending on what you use, the pedigree is gonna either help you out or hurt you.
Yeah, you bring that back
Thank you.
to your stuff.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You
what I'm
bring
saying.
it
The
back to your
first
stuff,
breeding
and that's when.
is going to be an outcross, and you're going to see that you're going to have, because you're going to have like 50-50, right? When it comes to doing breeding, everything is 50-50, right? So that established bloodline from the American Bulldog, right, is going to come through. And the way the American Bulldog, when they puppies, I've seen it, because when I was in Germany, man, I saw the biggest American Bulldog that I've ever seen in my whole life. I'm talking about, this dog was freaking massive. He looked like, the freaking junkyard door that back in the days they used to have. That's the way this dog looked. And when I went in there and I saw the litter of the puppies, he had bred it to an American, a Dogo Argentino. Man, they look like straight up Chihuahuas, all little puppy Chihuahuas, everything like that. And I was like, he was selling them for like 600 euros at the time. And I was like, man, I didn't know anything better. And so I was like, I'm not going to buy that dog. It's probably a scam or anything like that. Man, when I saw that freaking outcome of those puppies 2 years down the road, I was like, holy crap, what did I do? Why did I not do that? But I didn't know anything better. I was starting, to begin.
Yeah.
And then I realized, and I was like, okay, so now I know the outcome when I'm doing F1s. I already know. I've done it before. It happens. Different people, different, whatever it is. But
my thing is like a lot of people don't research before they do breedings. And my boys will tell you, I'll research. So the thing before I even cared to use typhoon, like I did the research on our American Bulldog lines, saw the productions and everything, the consistency of that. The line breedings and things, I always looked at those too. But then once I went to go look at all the bodybuilder type dogs, I saw a lot of consistency in those traits, in those bloodlines. So I was like, yo, I think this is going to be the best combination that's going to give me my best overall look. Like my bodybuilder is going to add in that little oldie touch with my American look. So I just think it was just a better combination by knowing exactly what was in the genetics on both sides. And I really think that most people don't research that. They'll see a dog like, oh, that's a nice dog, let me use it. But they never look at that dog and like, yo, what did that dog ever reproduce? Did it ever reproduce itself? As those lines reproduce itself? Is it consistent? And then also the main key of it all is your bitch. If your bitch ain't throwing and your bitch ain't got it, you just ain't gonna have it.
Many people got it wrong because they're breeding. Many of these people you're saying, they're just they bought an F1 dog, they're bringing it back to another F1 dog. It's just not going to work.
It can. You can do F1 to F1. You can do that. Depending on the genetic bloodlines and consistency in that blood. But a lot of these breedings, hold on one second.
Pedigrees are tight. If the pedigrees are tight.
But that's what I'm getting at. That's exactly what I'm getting at.
If they're not tight, it's going to be even more crazy.
They're all over the place.
You're definitely going to get what you're looking for. But a lot of these breeders now, there are no tight lines and tight F1 breedings. That like on the sire side, it's not tight, and the mom side is not tight. So you're going back to an F1 that still ain't tight. So what is your litter going to be? Loose as fuck. So and that's where I think does not work. You have to tighten up on both sides. Yes, scatterbred.
So before you do an F1 breeding, right? Let's say before you do anything, you got to ask yourself, what am I trying to accomplish? What is my goal for this F1 breeding? That's the first thing you have to ask yourself, right? So if you have an EB type Old English Bulldog and you're gonna add freaking an American Bulldog, what you trying to accomplish over there, right? So if you're gonna pick out of that litter, right? Because that's another thing. Selection is a big role when you're coming, to build your program. How to pick and how to select whatever puppy you're looking for. that's another story, and that's another, you know, time that we need to do. So when you do an F1, what is your goal, right? So if your goal is to have more height or anything like that, and blah blah blah, bigger head, muscle tone and everything like that, and you do the F1 and then you pick a freaking English Bulldog type, guess what? You defeat the
You
purpose.
defeated the purpose.
You didn't do
defeated your
the F1 breeding to add whatever it was, because you doing the same mistake all over again. And that's what people don't understand. Like, what is your goal? What are you trying to achieve? What are you trying to accomplish when you do F1 breeding? Because there's a lot of good dogs out there that, you know, that you could use in your program, right? So
Yeah,
There's a lot.
It's gotta be correct. You gotta have the good end goal.
yep.
And then you gotta line breed it and tighten it up.
And like, exactly. And when you do F1s, you outcross, guess what? You have to bring it right back to your stuff. Because
Like, and you do.
yeah,
Like, you definitely have to bring it back, because you can't keep going away from it.
exactly.
Because if you do this when you got that purpose right there, and then you're going away and away and away, you're
You're just watching your own line out.
Away. Yeah, exactly.
You're
Then
then
you'll be
sometimes
element of what
when
you
started.
And sometimes when you do F1
You
breedings,
should've
right,
never
you get that instant gratification, right? You accomplished what you did, right? But guess what? That next breeding that you're gonna do, be prepared, because a lot of the stuff that skipped this generation is gonna come up in the next one, right?
Yep.
Or maybe the other one, it will skip generation. So you have to understand, like, hey, what's my goal? What am I trying to accomplish over here? And know what you're doing. Like, a lot of people inbreeding, right? Let's say, for instance, right, you want to inbreed, you take freaking the best female and the best male out of the litter, right? And you do that inbreeding, right? That inbreeding coefficient is going to be tight, because you're doing brother to sister right there, and from the same litter. And I've seen it done before, right? But you have to know what you're doing, because you're going to get the best of the best and the worst of the worst as well too.
True.
And that's what people don't understand.
Yeah.
When it comes to
like
inbreeding,
people don't understand.
yeah, and line breeding.
Like,
That's
and the
why
thing
when
is
you
with
do,
inbreeding, the thing is with inbreeding, if there is a problem in the lines or in the blood or whatever, you're gonna bring it out quick.
yeah, you're doubling up.
Honestly, it's gonna be there regardless if you need line breed or whatever.
What's up, Tone?
But inbreeding is gonna bring it out a lot
What's up,
quicker.
Tony?
But like, what up, Big Tone? But like, my thing is, like, I got an inbreeding for my F1 plan. I'm gonna do an inbreeding. But also with another one of the mates, I have a whole another 100% outcross gonna happen from that. That way I can loosen it up, but then bring it all, still keep it all tight. Like, that's the thing. You got to do tightness and still have some looseness. That way you can still bring it in and out and not
all about that
lose all the
balance.
element. Exactly. Like, if there's no balance in this, you're always going to be offset, teeter and totter, and trying to go somewhere. But you can't walk a tight work unless you leave everything tight. Like, you got to stay in close and in tight. We don't keep things.
Listen, and again, right? I'm not trying to say that I'm the best or I know the most or anything like that, right? I'm just saying.
No, you're speaking your opinion.
I'm just
what works
saying
for us.
what has worked for me, what I've seen, you know, what I've done, and all that other stuff, right? And I'm one of, like, again, I study pedigrees, right, and the bloodlines. I will go, and if you look at my pedigrees and you go in there, you're gonna see a lot of my stuff in there, right? But in the background, you're gonna see a lot of the bloodlines that I used to like, right? Let's say Buffalo Creek was one of them, right? Yeah, that's the best way to test your line when you do that form breedings.
It is.
Good or bad.
The best
and
fastest
inbreeding, pretty much. That's how you really test your lines. If you got bad, you know that everything's gonna show up in there. So
it shows up what's in your line way faster.
Yep. So when you go to my bloodlines, you're gonna see back in there, you're gonna see Buffalo Creek, right? You're gonna see Buff Dogs. You're gonna see freaking Bull Force, right? You're gonna see a lot heavy Gargo, because that's what I liked at the beginning, right? That's where I started, right? Black Omen was the freaking the
Black Omen was like the epitome of
Omen, right?
Yeah,
everybody wanted a Black Omen, and I think I was one of the ones that actually recreated Black Omen. If you see my boy Diesel, man, that was like reincarnation. If you guys,
Black Omen, he was doing protection work in the whole nine.
Yeah.
I heard he was a freak.
Yeah,
he had that on and off switch.
Yeah. Somebody asked in here, this, I don't know who he is, TSD, whatever. So how do you know if you're inbreed too far?
If your dog got two tails.
Nah. I mean,
Three eyes and
inbreeding.
shit.
Yeah, 3 eyes, 4 years. Time out. Back it up. Back it up.
Yep,
back it
back
up. Whoa.
You got,
I
you
went
got
too
2
far.
heads, 8 legs. Yeah,
Yeah.
you went too far.
And 6 hearts. Yeah, you went way too far.
No. All jokes aside, like,
yeah, I was gonna say all jokes aside. Like I think if you,
inbreeding, right? Brother to sister. That's the freaking
The closest to it.
the closest to
farthest.
inbreeding you gonna get.
Yeah, because if you do a father to a daughter, right? Let's say, or mom to a son, or anything like that, right? You're not
That's a back.
you're not doubling it, because remember, every litter is gonna get 50, right? 50 of the father, 50 of the mom, and everything. Sire, dam. Let me talk proper terms, right? The sire, dam, you're gonna get 50-50, right? You're gonna get some puppies that are gonna be 50-50. You're gonna get some puppies that are probably be 60-40, right? Or freaking
25-75,
70-30,
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
You're gonna be right, but those that you're doubling up on everything when you do sister to sister, because you're gonna get 50-50 from both of the freaking dam and the sire. I mean, it's tight. Now, when you do a sire to a freaking a daughter, then it all depends. You just have to know what you're doing. Like, what testing your lines is trial and error, but you gotta be ready.
Trial, error, and luck.
And luck, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
What is Tony Clay saying?
You also start to lose size. You go tighter and tighter. Yeah,
I hear people say that. But knowing
that is true.
I can't, because knowing what I know and what I've seen that my uncles and everybody then did, when they've inbred 3 generations of inbreeding, they did. They did.
What about if it was 4?
We're in our 7th girl right now. We feel like we've been losing some size. We're looking into all our traits.
Yeah,
but we are losing size.
You'll go back. So, like you said, it just depends how far back. Maybe it's not 3, maybe it's not 4, but the 5th time, then you're like, whoa,
yeah,
right. So then you might see some stuff. But I've heard that, or like litter size is a little bit smaller too. If you're used to getting like 8 puppies, maybe now you're down to 6 or 5.
Yeah, did you guys lessen in litter size?
That's what I've heard, that the litter size gets smaller. I haven't done.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
To tell.
I've never seen it. But have you guys lost litter sizes by inbreeding?
Randy said I've seen Randy say this before. He said people line breed because they too cheap to pay for a stud off their yard. I mean, yeah, because if you keep using strange dogs, come on, that's not how it works.
That's not how it works. Like, I'm gonna line breed because I know what's in my yard. I'm going to line breed because I know what I'm trying to pull out. It ain't about $1. I can go do that anywhere. But it's like, if I'm gonna breed and I'm trying to stay into something, I'm gonna line breed it. Yeah. Or I'm gonna inbreed it. Then when I need to reach out and go outside of my yard, then I will go outside of my yard. But until then, I'll stay home.
So when you line breed, right? When you line breed, it's for you to establish a bloodline, right? You want to lock in all the traits, right, and all the
your hard work
and all your work into one place, right? So you are going to lose size because guess what? Everything is getting tighter and tighter and more compact and everything like that. And I'll tell you because
I
think selecting is the key, right?
I think exactly. I think selecting.
If you select a smaller dog with the traits you like, you're going to produce smaller dogs. But I know Remarco said that too, that he has produced bigger dogs with his inbred dogs. But I think it was on selecting as well.
I agree there.
It's like, right. I mean, you can select dogs, and sometimes, hey, I've selected dogs that, right? Let's say my litter, the biggest dog out of the whole litter, boom, 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 and the smallest one, right? The one that I didn't pick, end up being bigger than the one that was the biggest one in the whole thing, and it's all about selection. But the other one had the head type and everything like that, blah, 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 this and that. But it ended up being smaller than the other one. And it's because, like, again, now when you take that dog right back, right? I had one dog. He was inbred. walk-off Bulldogs. Dak Prescott, small dog, really small.
I remember walk off.
You remember Dak, right? Walk off.
Yep.
Jose Martinez, that's my brother, man.
Yeah.
Him and I, we go way back. And Dak was a small dog, but everything he produced was freaking huge. 100-pound dogs, and he was like 45 pounds, maybe wet. But he was very compact, bully type, freaking little tank. I'm talking about, very well structured, very nice dog. But he was a small dog. He was inbred.
The thing of what Randy Pam said, outcross can produce bone and size on a dog. It can. But still at the same time, it can still.
Then you can double up on bones on your own yard.
Right, because I just did a 100% outcross. And I got some dogs with some nice bone. But I got one that's like nice, short, compact, and just ripped as all get out. But he's nowhere near the same size as the rest of them. But he still fits a build. And I'm like, I tell Dennis all the time, I keep thinking about keeping this little beefy little bastard.
But my thing is, like, two things can be true, right? So you yes, outcross is good. Yes. But if you're only doing outcrosses, you're never gonna get nowhere.
You got a scatterbred like a
and if you're only
right.
And if you're only doing inbreeding, same thing. You won't get nowhere, right?
Either way, you're gonna be that balance.
Yeah, it's balance. You're gonna either have some crazy dogs like we were talking about with them extra tails and ears and eyes and nose, or you're gonna get some dogs that every time they're like, whoa, who produced that, or where does it come from, right? So everything, like you said, is balance. That's like with everything in the world, right? Balance. You could get,
balance.
So if you breed, hey, I'm gonna go outcross. I did the line breeding. Now let me go back out. Then okay, now we're gonna introduce this back in, and also if you're going outcross, you got to make sure that what you're outcrossing to is tightly bred. If it's not, if that outcross is scatterbred now, then you're like, okay, I'm gonna go backwards, right? It's not all cut and dry.
It's not.
It's not. And then even in an outcross, especially for me, when I'm doing my outcross, like I have to be 100% selective.
There's more that meets the eyes, and that's the thing. Like you.
It is.
Man, I'm telling you, you have to know what you're doing.
Like,
but to answer that question, Shay, right? Yes, we can introduce either one of the 4 breed that makes the Old English Bulldog, right? We could do the AB. We could do the Bull Mastiff. We could do the English Bulldog, right? But English Bulldog, if you already have shorter and anything like that, you introduce English Bulldog, you're gonna get, you have to have balance. So you have to know what you're doing as well too. And American Pit Bull Terrier. A lot of people don't like to, use the American Pit Bull Terrier because guess what? You're gonna lose size as well too, right? Because it's a small dog. American Pit Bull Terrier is a 45-pound freaking muscle ripped dog and everything like that, right? So you have to know what you're gonna implement to gain that size again, right? That's why you see a lot of people go to the AB because the AB has size. Even though I've seen it now, usually in a couple of freaking programs, I've seen some ABs that look like freaking OBs, and they small as hell and losing size and everything like that. So it depends on what AB you're using as well.
Yeah.
So that's what a lot of people don't understand as well too. So you have to know what you're using in order to, again, you have to ask yourself, what do I want to accomplish when I'm doing this F1 breeding?
You're building a line.
Yep. If you're building a line, again, like,
and I agree.
Me and Tony, we've been doing this. We've been going back and forth, and we've been doing this for a long, long time. We're one of the, the OGs, and been here, like again, Chris Moore, freaking Gina, freaking Carrie K, Keisha Curry, the Moores, Megan Moores, and Richard Moore as well too. We've been since the beginning, right? And again, like we have to come together, man. We have to. I hate when people start tearing, other kennels down and talking bad about other people's and everything like that, just for them to step on and come up and everything like that, man. That's not the way you do it. I won't respect anyone that will do, that type of thing, like, talk bad or anything like that when you can't throw stones. When your freaking roof is made out of glass, and
yeah. Don't throw stones when you live in a glass house. Like that's
exactly, like freaking
right.
man. I would never do that again. Like I said, I'm a person that I will call whoever it is, and I will freaking talk my differences and freaking come to an agreement or not come to an agreement or maybe not say anything. But yeah, it has been a
Definitely.
Yeah, it's been hey,
Yeah.
so since it's been on the rough week on the breed, so I guess that's
Hey.
the icebreaker right there.
Hey guys,
So-
real quick.
Yep.
I don't mean to do this. It's killing me, but I'm gonna have to jump off. We got some dog stuff to attend to right now.
hell yeah, that's
So-
more important, man.
Bye.
So
Hey,
wish me luck.
I made sure. Hey, you got it, my boy. Oh yeah, let's
You got a
go.
breeding
Let's
going
do
down.
it, my
So,
boy.
yeah.
Wish me luck.
Let's do it.
And
luck, bro.
yeah, I appreciate
Mad
you
luck.
guys. Hopefully we can do this again. But it was a
Hell yeah.
pleasure.
And
anytime, man.
hopefully I'm gonna be sliding one of them puppies to my crib.
there you go. I'll check you
All
guys
right,
out
Gabriel,
later.
for
I
sure, brother.
appreciate it.
Yeah, good luck,
Take
my
care,
boy.
bro.
Good luck.
All right.
We got a lot of stuff coming up and that we haven't posted yet, and we won't post until we get everything set in stones. I know you know a little bit of it, Dennis.
Yeah.
And other people, we got some stuff coming up, and that's what this is about, man. It's about networking,
Definitely.
meeting other
Yep.
people, and
Yeah.
sharing our experiences and all that other stuff, and not misleading the crowd, and
And sharing
Leading-
breeding methods, there's
Yeah.
different types and stuff. Not your method or my method is the best one, but
Yeah.
hey, we talk about it, and I might use your method, you might use some of my methods, and hey, try them.
Yeah, man, I would never be that person, man, that is arrogant and be like, oh yeah, my way or the highway, or
Yeah,
like,
Dennis,
yeah.
I can't hear him, Dennis.
You can hear Ernest.
No, Jose.
you can't hear me.
I'm like, can you?
You hear
I
me
can
now?
hear you, Ernest.
I hear him.
Okay.
Yeah, I could hear your uncle. You can't hear him.
No.
Yeah, I can hear everybody.
He could talk. You could talk on your own, man. This is you. You're gonna be the voice. You already
He can't
know
hear
the
that.
way I think and the way I do things. So
He can't hear none of that.
No, I can't hear him.
You can't hear him.
No.
That's-
hey, that's a strategic thing that Dennis is testing us out to know if we know each other well.
You're both on the same page.
But yeah, man, I'm
Let me back out, see if I could join back and see if it.
Okay, cool.
so yeah, like I said, man, I'm all about freaking working with other people and again, like I said, I got a competitive nature, man. And when people say I'm not in this for the competition, oh hell no, I'm in for the competition. My method is the best.
Hey, that's Mr. World Renowned Randy Pam. So
Hey,
He's always like that.
it's the best. You're right. That's the
Like
way
you
it should
gotta
be, man.
think you're the best.
yeah,
Like if you
Yeah,
don't
you
think
should
you're the
always think
best,
you're
then
the
guess what? No one else will.
definitely.
If you don't believe in your greatness, then you'll never be great.
Yeah.
Like it's you that needs to believe in you. It's this book that I'm reading that says you owe you, not nobody else.
Exactly.
Like, and if you're not doing for you and you're looking at everything else and like all the shimmer and everything else, you're gonna lose track of what you're doing. Like you gotta come, you came in this with a reason, you came in with a purpose, you came in with a vision.
Yeah.
So you gotta stay path and stay true and stay in your own lane. Like
Yeah,
don't
man.
start clicking your blinker trying to get over another lane with somebody else, because guess what? That same traffic ain't gonna be the same that it is in your own lane, bro.
Yep.
Like so, and
You
it's
got-
like, yo, and people
You
don't
gotta stay
realize
true
like, all
to you gotta stay true
Yeah.
to yourself, man. You gotta stay
Yeah,
true
like
to
the thing
yourself.
is, a lot of people are gonna tell you, don't do this, don't do that. Man, you better do what you want to do, because
Yeah.
if you're doing,
You listen
if
to
they're
yourself.
telling you not, yes, and if they're telling you what and what not to do, then guess what you're doing? You doing what they want you to do.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
you got to do what you want to do. Like I
Hey.
don't, and Dennis to tell you, and I'm gonna say it like this right now, I don't give a fuck. Like I'm gonna do me regardless.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
like it, you can love it, you can buy it, you can don't, but this ain't Walmart. I ain't gotta sell you nothing.
Yeah.
Like it don't work like that. Like I'm here for me, man. And like everything I've gone
Burger King,
through,
have it
like
your
to
way.
get to where I'm at. Yes, exactly. And like, you know, but back on to what we was talking about, this whole platform, man, it is, we put this together so we can start putting out what we have done and what we've been through and the things that we have gone through, like, you know, as far as breeding methods and dog temperament, instruction. Like, so this whole thing is just put out there to educate the masses and for us to even conversate and people to bring out their opinions. And so, man, I'm not gonna lie, I've looked forward to my every Wednesday for how long we've been doing this now?
Man, a couple of weeks.
Ain't no couple of weeks.
No, it was a pleasure having you guys for sure.
Yeah, but it's been a while, but like everything that's been happening is conspired from day one to even to now. Bro, I couldn't be happier with the platform. I couldn't be happier with our guests. I couldn't be happier with everybody that comes and chimes in, and even all the camaraderie and stuff that's happening. Like, bro, this is probably not just because we on it, but this is probably hands down like the best podcast out there. But yet, as people say, I guess we just don't know shit, but but we do. But it's been working for us, and it's a good method. But
hey.
And for some reason, my dog is just like, Adresser's just like all up in my biz, bro. Hey, you know what that means? I think Dennis, I think she's coming back in heat because she's been real affectionate the past few days, bro.
Hey.
Yeah, hey. Man. So I'm the type of person that learns from everyone, right? I could learn. I've learned from a lot of people too. I got a lot of mentors that they don't even know. I'm like, that's my mentor of what not to do. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I got it. Yeah, that's my mentor what not to do. And I'm gonna freaking, you know, apply that to myself and make sure that I don't do that same mistake that he did or she did, right?
Yeah.
But then I got mentors that I'm like, yeah, man, I'm always picking, you know, like picking their brains or anything like that. And I'm learning even from the newbies, you know, like I can't be there and the newbies come in. Hey, maybe, you know, this new generation, there's a lot of people, but that are freaking coming in, right? And know and maybe they're smarter, right? They got freaking a way of looking at things, or you know, it depends on, you know, you need different eyes to you know, to help you, because sometimes you know, you've been doing this for so long, you get comfortable, you get complacent, and you need that extra, you know, freaking eye to tell you, hey, bro, what the hell is going on? Like, this is not what I'm accustomed to seeing from you.
Right,
you know, that's
like, why you need a group of friends. Like, that's one thing I love about like this little triangle that between me, Dennis, and Gan. You need friends that are not yes men.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna do this, and they'll be like, no, bro, that just ain't gonna work. Like, you can go still do it, but if you ain't got friends that's gonna tell you no, those ain't real friends.
Yeah,
they're not. Like,
you gotta be a sponge. Absorb every information, man.
Exactly. Like, and that's one thing that most people, they're too arrogant, or they just don't believe in listening to nobody else, that they end up getting just stuck in a corner and they don't elevate. Like, you need the no's, you need the yeses, you need to be a sponge. Because if you're not doing all this to soak it all in and learn from the knowledge and even learn from your mistakes and failures, you ain't gonna go nowhere. You ain't going nowhere.
They're just people out there sometimes that just like to hear themselves talk, man. They'll be like, man, you know, man, this is a way. I'm the God. I know this is the way it's supposed to be. And if you don't listen to me,
like a Mandalorian or something, like, this is the way.
This is the way, like, you know, freaking, like, no, man, that's not. You know, time evolves, and there should be people like, right, and again, in the breeding community, I think this is my personal opinion as well too. There should be a team, right? You have a team. Yeah. This person should be freaking a handler, right? Let's say, and this person should be the breeder, right? Because he's know what he's doing and blah blah blah. And this person could be the promoter and the hype man and do this and blah blah blah. And everybody's working together and putting a team, blah blah blah. But not everybody should be the breeder. You see what I'm saying? Not everybody should.
I get what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
I do, but then I don't, because like me, Dennis, again, we're a team. Like, we do our own thing, but yet as far as like, yo, we're gonna breed. We breed the same, so that don't really make a difference either way it goes. But yet there's no one more than the other in our team and our growth. Like you're gonna still have your own path, your own way, but yet no one is greater than the other as we're all going on this whole path and this journey. If that makes any sense.
But you see, that's where I'm not saying like, for instance, you guys, right? You guys are a team. Like,
Yeah.
He's not. We do the same thing as well too, right? With the same person.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm saying like when you have people right in your program or anything like that, or let's say right, I want to place a dog, which I do a lot because being in the military, moving from one place to the other, right? It's not easy, right? So every 3 years I have to change of station, right? I have to go from Fort Hood to Fort Drum, from Fort Drum to Fort Belvoir in Virginia, blah, blah, blah. I've been all over Germany, been all over the place, right? So it hasn't been easy for me to actually establish, or keep back whatever I wanted. I had to place it strategically with some people, and then some people that, they didn't hold their word, or it's a pet, I don't want to freaking do it, and blah, 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 this and that. I don't want to breed it. I'm going to neuter him because he's freaking lifting his leg and pissing all over the place. And so it takes
that don't change, man.
You see what I'm saying? It takes you back, right? So
yeah.
What I'm saying is, right, you should have certain people like for that purposes, right? You can have somebody that's very good at promoting, right, and creating websites and do all that stuff. And he doesn't want anything to do with a breeder. Hey, but you bring that person into a team, right? And you have that, and that person wants to be the handler, right? Yeah. He doesn't want to do anything with breeding.
For example,
my whole AR manager.
My little cousin, his son, he's the one that takes all of our pictures.
I was gonna say he said that earlier.
He's the one that takes all of the pictures.
Yeah,
he's
like, that's my photographer.
Yep. Yeah, and he knows the angle. He's like, Dad, you can't see the rear leg from this angle, or you got to move in this. And he's guiding you where to put him. And he's only 11 years old, man. And I'm like, those photos, man, the majority of them is him. Like, and they look nice.
That's solid.
Yeah,
yeah.
So, I've been sitting there thinking about something. Like, you guys have been in this. It's a family thing. You guys have been in this for a minute. But Basul, when you came in and you were young, and you've been in it, how long you been in this now?
So I want to say, the first litter I helped whelped. Well, I whelped it by myself pretty much. I had to be like, what was that, like 2013, 2014? Yeah, it was.
So we're looking.
It was walk-off Bulldog Pudge and MBK Canela. That's when I seen like these guys looking. They had the eye. They were what they were looking for. Because that litter was like, in my opinion, it was crazy. Because these guys, they didn't post the dogs for sale for like 6 weeks because they didn't know which one they were gonna keep. Mm-hmm. That's when I saw what it took. The eye.
Right. That's dope. You had something to learn from. You see something to look at. But well, my question is throughout all this time, through all these years, hands down, what's been y'all's best, in your opinion, your favorite, most produced dog?
Out of our yard?
Your yard. Yeah, out of your yard.
It has to be MBK Kadir. That dude was special.
You have a picture of Kadir you can send to Dennis?
We got a video of him that I posted.
He's the sire to Machete, to MBK Machete.
Yeah, you put him in your profile picture.
Yeah, that's a young picture of him.
Yeah, he was only like 12 months old in that picture.
I want to see this dog. Yeah, it's nice to be coming on like so far and everything, to have like so many references and things that you can set back on. Yeah. You think right now you think that is comparable to that dog?
To be honest, I think we've bred. He better himself every time we bred him too. I think MB. That's him. Yeah, he was a young boy right there.
That was 12 months
old. I think didn't somebody just make a post about him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of him, yeah.
I think I could have sworn I just seen this post.
Yeah, those are these kids right there. Let me see if I can send you a picture of him.
Can you share that video to Dennis's messenger?
I'm gonna try and see if he.
You don't have it on your Facebook, do you, Jose?
I do. but I'm gonna send it to you on Messenger.
Okay.
Let me see. I'm gonna send you a picture of him right now. That's him. And that's another picture.
Don't worry, I got my little Canon too, Russell. I do my it's pretty dark.
That's him. Yeah, he had bones and everything right there. He was a beautiful dog, well put together. Look at his. I'm gonna show you another picture. His rear was amazing. I don't like, I'm not one to brag about my dog and talk all that. My dog.
Oh man, brag away. This is the stage for you, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's thick.
Yeah, he was
rear,
thick.
yeah.
He was built from rear to front. Like he's actually, remember that blue male that you posted, the one with the tail,
Yeah.
That's his sire. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then he's the grandsire to the chocolate boy you posted there too earlier.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me see. Where's that damn?
I love how deep y'all's lines run. Like what I was telling your uncle at the beginning while we're in the studio, that you don't get too many of like us oldie breeders that heavily line breed and bring out that consistency and the traits to continue things.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion.
Yep. In my personal opinion too, I think is a problem with that is they get influenced and they get stir away from their vision. Like,
yes,
dude, this is your vision. Why are you gonna go away from it? Because this is what's popping right now. You know what I mean?
I wanna say I agree, but then again I want to say I disagree, because for one, a lot of the oldies don't even mention to you coming in the game about inbreeding or line breeding, or like they don't talk about none of that.
They're not going to give you.
No. I mean, no. I'm not to say they're not going to give it to you, because the reason why they're not, because they don't.
Exactly.
They don't. So, like, and that's one thing that I love about not a lot of oldie kennels with deep pedigrees. Exactly. There's not.
Thank you, Tony, man.
Because
I
appreciate it, Tony.
There's not. There's like, because that's one thing that I loved about bodybuilder. Bodybuilder will have a deep pedigree. There's like, I'm not gonna say any names, but a lot of these like big breeders don't have that. So that's why, like, even with the girl I was dating, I said I'm never gonna use a dog from that. I said, because if I use it, what am I gonna get from it? I have no idea. I said, so once I get to the oldies, I said, I'm gonna do an oldie, I'm gonna make an oldie. And that's the first set out I did. I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna buy one, I'm not doing none of that, because it's inconsistent. And a lot of these people that do come in, they buy a puppy, and then the only thing the breeder is telling them, oh yeah, you can breed to this dog, and this will give you this color and that color. No, we ain't talking about, there's no consistency, there's no structure, there's no temperament. We're not even talking about that. It's a bunch of color breeding. And it's like, that's what I got from a lot of oldie. Oh yeah, you can, it's a triple carrier. That's
a sellout part.
Exactly. Like, I don't care, bro.
Yeah.
He could be the golden arches.
We've been blessed with some color, but I could care less about the color, man.
I've never been chasing color, to be honest. I got color from my girl Kali, and she was an all black female. But Jose Martinez, he my boy back in the days, a walk-off bulldog, he used to, he liked breeding for color. He liked that color and all that other stuff. But he was still, doing his thing and doing, for structure and everything like that. But his type was a little bit more EB, kind of type.
Yeah.
I think
at least he had a type with the color.
He was one of the first ones to breed to remember Color Me Bad, Devil Ensei, that freaking lilac EB. That's pretty much that everybody has lilac in their mind because of them.
Yeah, Color Me Bad was literally about color.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't like talking about, but just so you know how long I've been in
That's how you know. Now you see how long I've been in it.
Yeah.
Because not a lot of people know these walk-offs of Color Me Bads and like all the Popeyes and everything, Omen. A lot of people don't know those dogs.
Yeah.
They don't. Because one thing is, back in the day, man, you can pull up all oldies on the pedigree database. And it's like slowly but surely they stopped adding all their oldies on the pedigree, and you couldn't even like research nothing.
I remember her name, Jen from Color Me Bad. Jen was her name. She bluntly said it out one time. She was like, I appreciate everybody hating on me because she had a lot of hate. She was like, man, you guys are the ones that are making me,
Right.
Because if you're talking bad about this person or good, guess what? You're freaking bringing them to the light. You're giving them,
you're keeping their name. You're keeping them on the way. Like bad publicity is good publicity, bro. Like, hey, because you got a lot of people looking and seeing everything that's like your name all day long.
Yep.
All day. Yep. Like, that's why I don't speak the name of my enemies. I do not.
Hey guys, but this was a good one. I know it's late for you, Jose.
Wow.
Ernest. So Pasu as well. But it was a great one, guys. I really appreciate
I got carried away in this one.
Hey, I got surgery tomorrow. I gotta go get my appendix removed. Yeah.
Ooh, so you're fasting and everything.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh man.
So I don't put a lot of my business out there, but freaking the VA, they have to do all this stuff, so I can get my ratings later on down the road too. So
hey brother, prayers to you, safe surgery. And thank you guys for Pasu being here.
And, we appreciate your time and coming on your platform and giving us that exposure too,
Definitely.
And
thank you for having us.
It's not because he's my uncle, but he has a lot of knowledge, and a lot of people may not know that because he's behind the scenes and he don't really like to talk about it, but he can talk.
No, you meet him in person, and man, he's like a cotorro.
Yeah.
I can talk dog all day, man.
Yeah.
But no, man, I'm with you, Dennis. Guys, this was truly a great one. I
appreciate you guys, man.
We appreciate the platform too, man. You guys are doing a great job.
As always.
Peace.
Night, guys.
Take care, man.
Thanks.